Well, I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, very well. Welcome to Online Darts, everyone. Very special one on Zoom from Germany. We've got PDC Europe President Werner von Moltke. Werner, first of all, how are you? And there's some light at the end of the tunnel at last.
Well, you know that it is the light at the end of the tunnel. Also, maybe the train that is coming towards you. So yes, to be honest, it's still not very predictable, the situation here in Germany. The figures are going down, vaccination is going up, but still we are not able to make any concrete announcement with regards to tournaments that can be staged with spectators in what capacity, due to what I say restrictions. We hope that we can say anything the beginning of June, because there should be some governmental, new announcement at the end of May. And we are praying and hoping, but this is it. It's not very optimistic that we can run our first tournaments in August. But this is really, this is something we hope for. Another scenario says that we'll start in fall, let's say September, October. And the worst case scenario also, we are prepared that everything might only start in next year.
Right, okay, we'll come on to the future plans in a minute. But obviously the last 15, 16 months has been horrendous for everyone. What impact has it had on PDC Europe?
Well, to be honest, it had a big impact. To be honest, we had a lot of consequences. It showed that, first of all, it showed that darts is very flexible, and I really mean in first place the PDC in the UK, but also here PDC Europe. But you know what has been implemented is a home tour, the Super Series events. We did outdoor darts exhibitions. We did shows last year with spectators. Remember the World Series darts finals in Salzburg was up to 1,500 spectators even last year. So we were creative. We were proactive. We went towards the authorities, towards the venues. We created our own hygiene concepts already in last year. And as you can see, the PDC was running tournaments. They didn't reduce the prize money. They kept on going to let's say, make sure that the players in first place can still go on and make a living out of playing darts. And not a goal is also not to lose the players, so that they are still able to play darts. It had also some consequences here in terms of also personnel. We had a big personnel staff, some left because they couldn't handle the situation. It really showed some of people who said we are going to stay here together. We are going through this. We are fighting. We are trying to do our best. We don't give up. Surrender is no option. And and we changed a lot. To be honest, we were growing quite good in the last 7-8 years. Darts was running well. Our company was doing okay, but at this time, we thought about a lot of things, and we recognized that we've forgotten some parts. We grew too fast, and some things, like in terms of administration, in terms of our whole setup of the events, we noticed that we were showing the same videos now for 7 years. And it's like always the success makes you sometimes lazy, and well, I don't know if lazy is the right word, but nachlässig, a little that you're not too eager anymore. And we took the chance now. We created a whole new concept for our event. We created new videos. We actually restructured our whole office. Everything was kicked out, and everything was done new. We invested money in social media. We hired for the first time a real customer relationship manager who's only taking care of our social media work, which we didn't do in the past. We are in creating a new ticket shop for ourselves, which will be finished in, 4 weeks by the end of July, the latest. So we try to use the time to see how to prepare ourselves and to be pretty when it comes back to business.
Speaking of the business impact, financially, has it had a big effect on PDC Europe not being able to stage these events with all the fans?
Yes. Well, we've been hit massively because visitors, spectators is our main source of income. You know that all deals, which are television deals, audiovisual deals, are run by the PDC. So we are on main Europe even more dependent on spectators. It helped us, to be honest, that there was a regulation or a law in Germany which allowed us not to pay back the ticket money, but to but to offer vouchers instead to the potential ticket buyers, which we took use from, which we also said in the beginning that we are going to take use of that or to take advantage. Not everybody liked it, but it was really help not only for us, but for all, let's say, mediocre, how you say, promoters of, if it's culture events, music events, theater, it helped us a lot. And the other thing that helped us are our fans itself, because at the end it turned out that not even 10% of our fans actually wanted their money back or tried to want their money back at the end of the day, which helped us a lot. And they kept quite calm. They said, okay, we understand your situation. It wasn't your fault. This is also, I think, psychologically very important that they know it hasn't been our fault, not yours, not PDC's, not Barry Hearn's. It's been just a kind of force majeure, which we all had to deal with. And yeah, to be honest, PDC supported us as a mother, as our licensor, or however it's called. I like to call it mother. Yeah, they are our boss. So that, yeah, we all kept together. We of course try to do everything we can in terms of cutting costs, but still we didn't set off people just to reduce the number of employees, but we exchanged some because some really couldn't handle the situation, and yeah, so yeah.
Over the last decade, since PDC Europe was formed in 2009, has this last 15 months undone any of the great work you've done across Europe for darts, or do you think it's just maybe stabilized it a little bit?
Well, I wouldn't say undone. I think that we have the chance, and to be honest, just again mentioning the PDC has done an incredible job and has shown flexibility and creativeness, which also might have the conclusion that we come out stronger when we come back to business. Because we could adapt our costs. Players, let's compare it to football, because football is the sport everybody knows, and I'm also a football fan, and I have my tickets for the Bayern Munich, and you know what, but football, I don't know, they didn't seem to be very, I would say, flexible, the players. Our darts players, even the big names like Michael van Gerven, they are willing to cooperate with us at the federation, yeah, to show that they support us when it comes to anything, okay? And they really cared. And I think that showed also the people that, okay, we go with them because they, I don't know, they show kind of that they care. You know, like last week we did a video call with Michael van Gerven to the fans. I mean, he doesn't ask for money or anything. He says, okay, of course we do it. We try to explain the situation and to go through. And when it comes to, I mean, I also said that Michael van Gerven, 1 year ago, he called me and said, Werner, if you need any help, be sure I will help you. If in terms of, if you want me to do PR work, or if you want me to do this or to sign that or to say this. And I think no footballer called his federation and said, I will help you. Yeah. And this shows a little the difference also of the players. Yeah, it's because maybe it's an advantage. There's not so much money within the game as in football or as in Formula One or tennis or golf, which still, the darts players, I also always think they still know where they're coming from. And they have to give something back, and that they still also care about the whole picture. Yeah, that's really could lead that we come out better and stronger and quicker. And as you see, Matchroom, what they are doing in the UK is great. That you had already spectators at the Snooker World Championships, now for the Premier League final. final matches, stages, there will be spectators. So you're very proactive, you try things, and it's also always my motto is, I don't try to explain why I can't do this. Our aim has to be that we explain how things can be done. And that's an attitude we all have, and that's what I learned from Barry Hearn. And he always said, I go up front when I try to keep my word. That's when I give a hand, or I told you something, then we're going to do it. If there's a legal possibility, of course, to do it. And yeah, that's our approach. And I think that there's no guarantee for anything, but I think this could lead to darts coming out quick and strong.
You must be pleased with some of the things that have happened in Germany. You've hosted Q School, you've done a Super Series, and upcoming you've got development tours and challenge tours coming to Germany. That must please you how you've adapted and managed to run these behind closed doors in Germany.
Well, that's as I said, we feel as part of the whole PDC family, and that's part of the strategy and plan of PDC, of Matthew Porter, of Barry Hearn, that we keep the system running, that we give the players a chance to still and earn money to go for their job, yeah, that they go to work. And that's very important. And of course, we are proud that we could stage some events here, and we'll continue to stage events, and we already did last year. And yeah, that's helpful for all of us, but we also show the people we try what we can. And to be honest, it was for my team. Now, I mean, 1 year later, you know as it is, and you say, oh, you sometimes laugh about it. But I know last year it was really stressful. It was really frustrating. We were announcing events. We had the permissions from authorities, and 1 week ahead, they just take it away, and you have to lower. I remember the European Darts Championship, and we were the last one who were still running events with Spectators on the 31st of October. 1st of November, everything was closed down back again. And we had the permission for 2,000 spectators in the beginning. I mean, in the beginning means in August. 1 month ahead it was lowered to 1,000, then to 500, and 2 days before the event it was lowered to 250. And you know what that means. Yeah, and that's, exchanging tickets and then deciding who can go, who cannot go from the people, even though we sold 2,000 tickets for Saturday evening, that event. So, and also for the team, very frustrating that you do work and then you always got hit back. And yeah, that was really a hard time, but as we say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that's our attitude, and we hope we can prove that we've grown stronger.
You touched on it earlier, looking ahead to Operation Restart with the Euro Tour. Would it be a possibility for you to go to countries outside of Germany that could host them if Germany couldn't have them?
Sure, we are prepared. We've been international already, but we plan to stage events, I can say, in Hungary, in Czech Republic, still in this year, and also for 2022 we are also trying, or our aim, our goal is to expand.
Hi there, everyone. We were just power issues, but yeah, Werner, you were telling us about how you were looking to expand in 2022 outside Germany, perhaps.
Yeah, our goal, or PDC's goal in general, is to grow the game internationally within Europe, but also outside of Europe. As you know, my little region is continental Europe, and of course we want to stay in the countries where we've been, like Netherlands, Austria, Belgium, Czech Republic, and Hungary. But we are also looking into other countries. I'd say potential candidates are Italy, Spain, Poland, and Switzerland. Which might be partners which we are talking to see what could happen there, what is possible. Yes, but and also with regards to what is feasible, of course, we want to be prepared in case we can't run tournaments properly in Germany due to the pandemic situation, that we might run them elsewhere.
Talking on what you said there as well, with the emergence of Jose playing so well and winning, obviously, a tournament, Portuguese, is that a market you're looking at? And also Croatia as well seems to be a little bit of a hotbed that's developing.
Well, Portugal, I forgot to mention in the first place. Yes, we are already in talks with people in Portugal. Croatia, just to be totally honest, no, we haven't thought about it and haven't spoken, but yes, could also be a potential candidate. But you know, we can't go into 6 new countries in 1 year, so taking step by step, but the goal is to enter at least one more country, or not to enter, that's the word, but to go into or play or establish another darts event or another European event in one more country per year.
Realistically, how many Euro tours would you like to get on this year?
Well, we are now at 13. This year, you mean in 2021?
21, yeah. Realistically, how many would you like to do in 2021?
Well, how many would I like to do? Realistically, I think maybe we can run 5 to 6 more events here in continental Europe. Just European tour. Of course, we are eager and willing and actually very positive that we will run all major TV events.
That brings me on to my next question. Worst case scenario, you can't physically run a Euro tour this year.
Yeah.
How would you do the European Championships?
To be honest, at the end of the day, this is going to be decided by the PDC in the UK and not by us. We are already in discussions. We are looking at plans, but there might be a solution running or coming out from the Super Series event played here in continental Europe.
Right, okay, yeah, that's fine, because it was obviously the European Championship showcases Europe's talent. So if there wasn't, it might be a little bit unfair on some of the players not getting there. But look, Matt and Barry do an amazing job as you do, so I'm sure you'll get
but as you know, as also last year, okay, we still, and last year the situation was comparable, you remember, and we still put on some European tour events because it was the goal of PDC, of Barry and the whole board, that we had run some events to have a ranking afterwards where you can say that has been the qualification mode that people could qualify for the European Darts Championship.
No, that's great, and that sounds...
So I think it could be also a solution that we run ET events without spectators, but then of course not a crazy amount, but maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But we are all hoping, and we are kind of positive that, I don't know to full capacity, okay, maybe not in the first, but that in fall we'll be able to run some events with spectators, because vaccination is growing or is developing, and hygiene and test concepts are developing, so there should be a chance.
We know that Matchroom have used Gibraltar recently for the boxing because they could have fans there. You guys have used Gibraltar for Euro tours. Is that somewhere that is on the radar to host them?
To host the European Darts Championship? No, but we'll
perhaps some of the Euro tours this year.
Yes, we will. There's definitely planned one at least, and we are prepared in case things should go worse. Then maybe do another one there, but one at least.
Then looking forward to 2022, you've talked about the expansion. It's normally 13 Euro tours. Would you like to see that up to 16 and 17, perhaps?
No, not at present. Maybe we would exchange some events because, to be honest, we are still a little focused on Germany. I don't know the exact amount, maybe 8 events were planned, but we would exchange in the first step from German events and maybe lower the number of events in Germany to 6 or 5, and then doing the rest in new countries.
No, that sounds...
Because the calendar, as you know, the PDC calendar is quite full. There is no really much space for establishing new events, okay? I mean, it's actually already crazy what PDC is running. Development to a challenge, to a European tour, a pro tour, summer series, major events, Premier League. I mean, it's crazy, yeah?
Yeah, on social media, the success of the German Super League has been widely praised, and it was brilliant to watch. That format, is that something that PDC Europe is looking at to go into other areas and do Super Leagues like in Italy, perhaps, or something like that, to build darts in those countries?
Yeah, it's an idea we have. We had it in the past already once for let's say we call it Eastern Europe. It was Austria and some Eastern European countries who could play there. We would like to develop this format also to other countries, but we would need to have a local promoter system because, for us, we already also here at our limits. But the format has proven, and the idea behind it is that you don't need the Super League in the UK or in the Netherlands, okay? Because there's already enough darts and enough good players. This system makes sense for countries where there's not much competition on a high level, so that players get used to the format to play 7-8 matches on a high level per day to compete with the best, and not only to make you have one challenging match per month or something. So that's the idea, and this could help in all countries where darts needs to be developed.
And last one from me, just on what you've done for darts in continental Europe. You must be so proud the way you've seen it develop, and the way Q-School was this year, with the Europeans challenging and outscoring average-wise and playing-wise some of the UK players. Did you ever envisage it would go so well so quickly for PDC Europe?
Well, first of all, I was always, and I still am, riding on the back of the PDC. Okay, that's without PDC, I would be nothing. And I am, I'm pleased to see the development of darts in Germany, in continental Europe. I mean, it's like you see, we have players now from Belgium who are developing, Austria, Poland, Portugal. It's not only Germany, or at least maybe Germany could even do better, because top players are Jose de Sousa and so others. Anyhow, but I'm pleased to see there is development in Germany, that a lot of now new kids are on the block, okay, which we have known before. Florian Hempel, Lukas Wenig, these are names nobody knew 6 months ago. And I'm quite happy to see all this. But anyhow, it's been based on what PDC has done. And your question, yes, did I envisage this? Well, I surely did do this. I canceled my former job and everything, not to stay small and not to be just like a backdoor sport. No, I already had the envision to grow darts big and to have such a development. Yes, that's to be honest. Yes, that was what I expected.
Werner, absolute pleasure talking to you, mate. Thank you for giving us the time this afternoon. Massively appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil. Okay, good luck, and I hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.